Getting over that fasting hump is something that when you're jumping into fasting, you're going to have to deal with. So what is that fasting hump? The fasting hump is basically, believe it or not, cold turkey symptoms, as in drug addict coming off of drug addiction. So what you may or may not know is that if you're the typical eater in the world where you eat a lot of carbs, processed foods, you consume a lot of sugar, whether it be in donuts or Coca-Cola or Red Bull or whatever it is, you are probably physiologically and to a certain extent psychologically addicted to these foods. So when you first start fasting, when you get over X amount of hours of fasting, you're going to start feeling anxiety. You might hear your stomach grumble. You might start getting headaches. You can get all kinds of wild and crazy symptoms. And I remember when I first started fasting years ago, I just got into it when I realized, I looked at my gut, I said, I got to lose some weight here, buddy. So I started fasting, and I started feeling all these symptoms. I'd be feeling like twitches and prickles in my arms, and just really uncomfortable, not pleasant at all. Started feeling not quite nauseous, but a little bit off, a little sick almost. And I remember experiencing these symptoms and going, what the hell's going on with me? And then I realized, wow, these are actually classic cold turkey drug addict coming off the drugs symptoms. So if you've never done it before, you've never fasted for an extended period of time, meaning over 14, 15 hours, you're going to feel these feelings. That is for sure. You feel lethargic as well. The body is going to do what any drug addict does. The body's going to be battling you, wanting you to consume some of these drugs. In that case, it's the carbs and the sugars and the processed foods and the chips and all this kind of stuff. So you just got to have to fight through it. One thing that you can do to help against that is to drink coffee. Not coffee with sugar, not coffee with milk, but just black coffee. That helps suppress the diet. There's other things you can look up as well. But consume coffee, that helps. Drink water, One thing you can do if you want to get into full fasting, because it's very good for your health, it's good for weight loss, good for fat loss, etc., you can start weaning yourself off of, what you eat. So for example, when I started, so I'm fat, Steph, about 60 pounds heavier than I am now. And so I used to order a whole pizza, a medium-sized pizza that had 8 slices. So I realized, okay, I gotta cut the weight here. So what I did is I ordered my 8-slice pizza, but I ate 7 slices. Put the other slice in the fridge, ate it the next day. And then, I found that I was able to quench my drug addict. I was, in that case, addicted to the pizza dough and everything. I was able to quench that thirst. I didn't have the cold turkey symptoms. And gradually, step by step, I would reduce what it was, how many slices I would have. Went from 8 to 7 to 6 to 5. I did this over a period of a few weeks, maybe a few months. And, you'd slowly wean yourself off until eventually you're having 1 slice and then no slices. Now, years and years later, I may have a slice of pizza once a year maybe. That's about it, because I feel the effects now of that, and it's not good. So yeah, when you first start fasting, you have to expect the cold turkey symptoms, and it's not hunger. You're not going to die. It's actually just chemistry. It's chemical dependency, and it's the bread, the pastas, the sugars. These are all, they're drugs. So you got to get rid of them. Now, if you are overweight, you can't starve, right? You're not going to starve and die because you have all this weight on you, all this fat. That's energy that your body can consume. Now, the body is not going to want to use that energy unless it absolutely has to, especially if it hasn't used its stored energy, the fat on you, in years and years, if not decades. So it's not used to it, so you're going to have to train it. Now, again, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't know your particular health situation before you fast or anything like this. You have to consult a doctor, make sure everything's safe, et cetera, yada, yada, yada. I have to say that because of legal reasons, you know the deal. But anyway, it works for me. It works for everybody I've ever known who's got into it. Fasting is just, it was a normal part of human existence up until, I don't know, hundreds of years ago. It was not uncommon for people to not have food for days. And that's why our bodies developed the mechanism of storing fat on us, so that when we had abundance of food, we could store the food on us as a refrigerator. And on the days that we didn't eat, we didn't run out of energy. The body would just go to the fat that's on you. As a man, you should have a body fat percentage in the teens, not in the 20s, certainly not in the 30s. So you can look it up on the web. You want to target between 10 to 19% body fat is the range you want to target, depending on your body type and so on. It could vary. So for me, I'm looking and feeling really good when my body fat percentage is 17 and lower, 17 to 15%. I used to be at 25%, and I was not good. It's not good. If you're a man and your body fat percentage is over 19%, it's time to look into cleaning up your diet, exercising. Well, cleaning up your diet and intermittent fasting, drinking lots of water. Exercise has a marginal impact in terms of weight loss. You're not going to exercise your way to thinness. It's all about nutrition, what you eat, what you don't eat, that kind of thing. So yeah, there you go. Intermittent fasting, you have to expect when you're first starting off, you're going to have these cold turkey symptoms, headaches, sense of nausea, anxiety, all this weird stuff you would never expect. Now, it's just cold turkey. It's just your body coming off of the drug, and the drug is carbs and sugars and other crappy stuff that you put in your body. You want to eat natural food. All right. I hope you found this video useful. I'm Steph.